Dr. Shaw. This is Shannon, and this is my patient Lisa that I'm going to be interviewing today.
Hi.
Is it okay if I video this for educational purposes at Nova? Okay.
Of course.
Perfect. Tell me a little bit about yourself and your injury and how you felt when you were injured.
I was jumping. You want to know what happened?
Yeah.
Okay. I was
What
jumping on the
happened?
trampoline. I decided to be a kid and double jump with my friend's husband, who's about like 6'6"-ish, a lot bigger than me. Probably weighs, close to 2.5 times as I do. And it didn't work out so well. And the trampoline, I don't know what you call it. What's the thing you jump on?
Just like the
material,
the mesh part?
Yeah. It's called something. I don't know.
Bed.
Anyways, the trampoline part, when I landed, was at the same time where it was bouncing back from him jumping. So it was the force of his weight coming, down on my legs. So it crushed my left leg. And I tore my ACL, both meniscus, fractured 3 bones, tore my calf muscle.
MCL too, right?
Yes, my MCL, ACL, MCL, both meniscus, fractured 3 bones, and tore my calf muscle. Yes, 5 things.
It's no fun. And how did that impact your daily life? Like, how did that make you feel?
It put everything to a halt. I have 3 boys. And my 4th boy is my husband. So pretty much it stopped my life as I know it. I am a full-time mom. I drive my kids everywhere. I'm a runner, or I like to say that I'm a runner. I'm very type A, so it pretty much, life as I know it was done.
How did your environment, so like your family and friends, impact your recovery process?
They were a huge part of it. Everybody in my immediate family, like my boys, my husband, really had to step up and really start doing all the things that they've probably never done before. I wouldn't say that they really cooked too much. But maybe they learned how to boil a pot of water.
Yeah.
They
That's
definitely
a step in the right direction, right?
I'm fortunate that my oldest son drives, so he, was able to take his brothers to and from. He was able to run errands. My friends were a huge part also. For the first few weeks, they were cooking meals for us because my people don't really cook. And everybody really stepped up to the plate.
That's good. How did your injury impact your environment? So you said your boys had a lot more stuff to do.
My boys had a lot more stuff to do. For the first few weeks, I couldn't shower in my... It's going dim. Is that bad? Sorry. For the first few weeks, I couldn't shower in my bathroom. I had to shower in the guest bathroom because my bathroom has a really huge step going into it. And the guest bathroom is pretty much just like an inch or 2. So for functionality purposes, I didn't even have that mobility to get in and out of the shower. And what was the question again?
That's a good answer to it. You did well.
Okay.
How did you know that you were injured? Was it like an immediate thing? You just knew right away?
Yeah. I thought I was going to die.
Okay. So did you go straight to the emergency room then?
Yeah.
And how long did you have to wait before you were able to go in for surgery and get everything
So
going
once I went to the doctor, so this happened on a Saturday night, I went straight to the emergency room. I was, I guess you could call it fortunate enough that a friend of mine who is a doctor at that hospital happened to have been there and happened to have run into us because we definitely did not have time to call anybody. There was no warning here. So he actually ran into us and he ordered an emergency MRI for me, which pretty much never happens unless you have a head injury. But because we had some sort of protexia. So therefore, I knew by Sunday what was wrong with me. Monday, I got into a specialist, and then I had to wait close to 2 weeks. I made 10 to 12 days till I could actually have the surgery because of all the swelling.
Gotcha. Did you go in for any of the doctor's appointments during that period of time, or you just were waiting for the swelling to go down?
Just right before the surgery, I had to go for my first physical therapy appointment or assessment or something.
Like your evaluation, I guess?
Yeah.
Perfect. How did you cope with this situation? Was it easier to cope before your surgery, after your surgery? What did you do to try to get your mind off of it?
So I didn't really have a choice in terms of coping. I mean, it wasn't like you could decide to do this or not.
I mean, from my experiences with you at Orthosport, you were a pretty positive
I tried to really be positive, right? I tried to be positive in terms, I mean, I had all of a sudden I had a lot of time on my hands. I guess you could say that I have a lot of time on my hands anyways. But
you're a pretty go person.
I find ways to fill that time. So all of a sudden I really had a lot of time, like stare at the walls time. And I'm not a TV person. I really tried watching a lot of TV and I was really bored. I like to read, but honestly, I think I spent a lot of time staring at the walls.
Just waiting for it to pass.
Just like, I mean, it sounds crazy, but I definitely spent a lot of time staring at the walls.
Did Howard and Nancy at Orthosport or anybody else, your family or whatever, help you to stay positive, or is that just you being your bubbly self?
No, so I think, Howard was my physical therapist. I think a lot of it was definitely physical therapy, telling me that I can do it and showing me that I'm not going to hurt myself by doing the exercises, and seeing the improvement, almost immediately. Even though it was painful, I still saw, day by day improvement, and also my family and friends, helping me through it.
So as far as healthcare providers go, how was your relationship with your doctor and with your physical therapist and everything? Was there anybody that really stood out and was helpful to you, or anything that was particularly helpful?
Yeah, I loved my surgeon. I thought he had a great bedside manner and just a very easygoing disposition, which to me is huge because he gave you all the time of day. First of all, he was on time, which is huge in my, I didn't have to wait hours in his office. But so let's say my appointment was at 9:30, I get in at 9:40. To me, that's not waiting. But he treated you like there was nobody else waiting. Any questions, very calm, even-keeled, easygoing. And he was very honest. He told me that it's going to take me longer than a normal ACL injury because pretty much I destroyed my leg. And the same with Orthosport. I thought they were very, supportive. I liked that it was a small environment. I didn't feel like I was a number. I felt like I was, I meant something to them.
And you got to know your people that came in the same time as you pretty well too, right?
Right.
So kind of were there to hold each other accountable and stuff.
Right. So that was nice. That was like my PT family.
Yeah. Got to see you every day. It was
great.
So you work, yes?
Yes.
You're a Pampered Chef consultant.
I'm a Pampered Chef consultant, which is great because I can do that on my time. Fit it in between my boys' sports schedules.
Yeah. Did your injury impact your work life at all? Were you able to work?
Yes, it did, because I do live cooking shows. So I'm, bringing my stuff to, somebody's house and standing on my feet and doing a show. So I could not do that for, I'm trying to think. Actually, my first show back was a July show of last year. So let's say my injury happened in May, June, July. So for like 2 months, I couldn't do a live show. I could run my business online, but I'm more of a in-face type of person. So I did some online stuff, but it wasn't the same.
Yeah. I see. You said that your physician and your physical therapist and your family and everybody was super helpful. Was there anybody that was particularly helpful in your recovery and you feel like made the most difference in you getting back to your normal life? Or just everybody as a whole?
Sorry.
It's okay.
I don't even know what that is, but okay. It's not a kid, so that's okay.
It's not one of the boys. We're all okay.
Right. Anyone in particular that made
the biggest impact on your recovery?
I don't know that I can pinpoint one person. I guess, you know what? I guess it would be my husband, because he really had to kind of pick up all the slack and kind of try to do what I do. In the beginning, he was driving me to therapy. He even stayed with me, I think, for the first time at therapy. He definitely had a lot more on his plate, and a lot more fell to him in terms of responsibility. So that definitely helped.
Do you think this experience emotionally affected your caregivers or family?
Oh, yeah.
They put a toll on them a little bit?
Yeah.
But
because life as they knew it was over also.
Different. Yeah.
I mean, nobody was wiping their butts, so to speak.
Perfect. Well, you're feeling a lot better now, yes?
Yes.
You're completely back to your normal ways of life.
I'm pretty much, yeah.
You can go on a run if you feel like it.
Yeah.
That's good.
Depends on the day, but yes.
Perfect. So you're not really in much pain anymore then?
I wouldn't say that. I definitely have pain.
As frequent as it used to be, or no?
No, not as frequent, but it's definitely there still.
Gotcha.
But I can function. So.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's a step in the right direction, right? Perfect. Well, I think that's everything.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Awesome. My
Bye,
pleasure.
Michelle.
Bye.